I drive for a living. Most nights are exactly the same. Roads, rain, gas stations, truck stops, coffee, the same highways, the same towns, the same deliveries. After a while, every road starts to feel familiar. That's why I immediately noticed the one that wasn't. It happened during a storm, the kind of storm that turns the entire world gray. Rain hammered against the windshield so hard that the wipers couldn't keep up. Lightning flashed every few minutes. The roads were nearly empty. I was taking a county route I'd driven dozens of times before when I noticed a road I had never seen. At first I thought it had always been there. Maybe I just never paid attention. But something felt wrong. The road was perfectly smooth. No cracks, no potholes, no faded paint, no signs, nothing. Just a narrow strip of black asphalt disappearing into the trees. The strangest part wasn't the road itself. It was what wasn't on it. There were no tracks. Not one. The rain had been falling for hours. Every dirt shoulder and gravel entrance in the county was covered with fresh tracks. This road had none. It looked untouched, like nobody had ever driven on it. I should have kept going. Instead, I turned onto it. The moment my tires crossed onto the road, the storm seemed quieter. Not gone, just distant, like I had driven into a different part of the world. The road curved through the thick woods. Trees lined both sides. The branches hung low enough that they nearly touched the truck. I drove for several minutes without seeing anything. No houses, no signs, no intersections, nothing. Then I saw the first mailbox. It stood beside the road alone. Old, black, weathered. The number painted on the side was 47. I didn't think much of it. The mailboxes have numbers, that's normal. I kept driving. But a few hundred yards later, I saw another one. Also 47. Then another. 47. Then another. Every mailbox had the same number. I slowed down. Maybe it was some kind of route marker. Maybe the county had a weird numbering system. That explanation lasted about 30 seconds. Then the houses appeared. The first house looked abandoned. The second looked lived in. The third looked brand new. The fourth looked 100 years old. Every house was different, but they all had one thing in common. Their porch lights were on, and every mailbox said 47. I checked the time, 11:47 p.m. That felt strange, but I ignored it. I kept driving. The farther I went, the more houses appeared. Each one lit, each one silent, each one empty. No cars, no people, no movement. Just glowing windows staring into the rain. Eventually, curiosity got the better of me. I slowed beside one of the houses. The curtains were open. I could see directly inside. The living room looked normal. A couch, a lamp, family photos, a grandfather clock standing in the corner. The clock read 11:47. I glanced at my dashboard. 11:47. My stomach tightened. Maybe the clock had stopped. That happens. I drove to the next house. Its kitchen clock read 11:47. The next house, 11:47. And the next. Every clock I could see displayed the exact same time. I checked my phone. 11:47. A minute later I checked again. Still 11:47. The clock wasn't moving. Neither was the GPS. Neither was the dashboard clock. Time had simply stopped. At least on that road. I hit the accelerator. The truck surged forward. The houses continued, one after another. 47, 48, 49, 50, over and over. After another 20 minutes, I checked my odometer. I had driven almost 25 miles. That wasn't possible. The road should have ended long ago. I opened the GPS. The blue dot barely moved. According to the map, I was still close to the intersection where I'd entered. I looked in the mirror and felt my heart drop. The road behind me was gone. Not hidden, gone. There was only darkness. A solid wall of black stretching behind the truck. The headlights couldn't penetrate it. I could see the road ahead, but behind me, nothing. I pressed harder on the accelerator. The truck climbed to 50, then 60, then 70 miles an hour. The road continued, the houses continued, the mailboxes continued, all marked 47, all watching me. Then I saw something new. A vehicle. An old pickup truck sat beside one of the houses. The driver's door was hanging open. No one was inside. A little farther ahead was another vehicle, a police cruiser, empty. Its lights were off. Its engine was cold. Then another, a motorcycle. Then a school bus. Then a delivery truck. All abandoned, all empty, all silent. I slowed beside the delivery truck. The logo on the side had faded. The tires were flat. The metal was covered in rust. It looked like it had been sitting there for decades. But the road itself was perfect. That made no sense. Nothing about this place makes sense. Then I saw the house. The only one that was different. Every other house had been marked 47. This one wasn't. The mailbox beside the driveway said 48. The porch light was off. The windows were dark, and the front door stood open. I stopped the truck. Rain pounded against the roof. Lightning flashed overhead. For several seconds I just sat there. Something in my head screamed at me to leave, but curiosity won. I stepped outside. The air felt heavy, wrong, like the entire world was holding its breath. As I walked towards the house, I looked down. There were tire tracks, fresh ones. The first tire tracks I had seen all night. They led straight to the front door. None led away. My pulse started racing. I should have turned around, but instead I kept walking. Then I noticed something scattered across the porch. Keys. Dozens of them. Car keys, truck keys, motorcycle keys, hundreds of rusted keys piled together, as if people had emptied their pockets and never returned. Lightning flashed. I looked through the front window. Inside were photographs. Hundreds of photographs covering every wall. Thousands, maybe. I stepped closer. My stomach dropped. Every photograph showed a different person standing beside House 48. Different faces, different clothes, different decades. Some photographs looked brand new. Others looked 100 years old. Every person wore the same expression. Fear. Then I saw the newest photograph. It hung by itself, near the center of the wall. The picture had been taken during a storm. The person standing in front of the house was wearing a dark jacket. Rain covered the lens. The image was blurry, but not blurry enough. Because the person in the picture was me, standing exactly where I was standing, looking through the window. I ran. I didn't think. I didn't stop. I sprinted back to the truck. I jumped inside, locked the doors, and drove. The road vanished behind me. The houses disappeared. The darkness swallowed everything. Then suddenly, I was back on the county highway. The storm returned. The GPS started moving. The clock changed to 11:48 p.m. I never found that road again. I've searched for it. Driven every county route, every back road, every dirt path. Nothing. No sign of it exists. But every now and then, during a storm, I'll catch something beside the road. Just for a second. A black mailbox, standing alone, waiting. The number on it always says the same thing, 47. And recently, I noticed someone painted another number underneath it. Fresh white paint, still dripping in the rain. 48.